I had to write Horowitz a letter introducing myself, and I had to give him a picture and all this, because Horowitz was not going to just meet someone. He had to get used to the idea. The person had to write him very formally and politely asking to meet, and he wanted to know what the person looks like. And then I get a call from David Duvall. He says, "Guess what? Great news. Horowitz wants to meet you, and he wants to hear you play all the transcendental etudes." And I'm like, "Oh, when?" And he says, "Tomorrow." I'm speechless, and I say nothing. I'm like, can't he wait a week at least? And David Duvall says, "Just practice." Hung up the phone. So I took the train in from Connecticut, where I lived at the time. When I got there early, and I remember I walked up and down the street because I just wanted to ring the doorbell at exactly 9 and not come earlier or not be late or whatever. And I'd ring the doorbell, and they had a maid or somebody who let me in there. Of course, I had to be dressed formally in a suit and tie, because if you met Horowitz, you had to be very, very formal. And I kept trying to tell myself, well, maybe he's going to be not in the mood to hear anything. Let's hope that, and maybe I'll just get to meet him. And I remember being led upstairs, and there's Horowitz sitting on his couch with his wife, Wanda, and there's David Duvall there. I recognized Horowitz, and I just walked in and introduced. Horowitz just started talking to me for a while and asking about my studies, talking about various subjects, and sometimes he launched into stories about various things. He had a lot of interesting things to say. I will say that in this sort of format, he was very, very much the way he is in any of the interviews you see of him.
If you would like to listen to the whole interview, comment Horowitz below, and I will send you free access to my community where you can watch the replay.